When your racing hero tells you what your dad would have wanted, you listen. And Kevin Harvick just said something about Denny Hamlin that hit everyone right in the heart. Last December, Denny Hamlin lost his father in a house fire. His mom got hurt badly in that same fire. Denny just finished racing for a championship. He didn't win. That hurt, but losing his dad? That's pain on a whole different level. When the fire happened, people asked the obvious question. Would Denny keep racing? Could he keep racing? Most people would have quit. Nobody would have blamed him. Kevin Harvick saw what everyone else saw. He knows what it's like when life hits you hard. On his podcast called Harvick Happy Hour, Kevin said something really important. He said, I don't think anybody would have blamed him if he'd just said, I am gonna walk away. But here's where it gets interesting. Harvick kept talking. He said, I don't know that Denny's dad would have wanted anything more than for him to go out there and do what he loved to do. Denny's dad wouldn't want him to quit. He'd want him to race. That's the truth Kevin Harvick was talking about. The kind of truth that makes you think about your own life. Denny's mom is still recovering. Some days are good, some days are tough. Denny takes care of her. He's not fully ready for the new season yet, but he will be. He has to be. Because he made a promise. In a Fox Sports interview, someone asked Denny if he thought about quitting. He was honest. He said yes. But then he said something else. I made a promise to Joe Gibbs and the Gibbs family. That's it. That's why he's racing in 2026. He gave his word. In NASCAR, your word means everything. Joe Gibbs gave Denny a chance years ago. Now Denny's keeping his promise, even when his heart is broken. But wait, there's more happening here. Because Kevin Harvick might be coming back to racing too. Yes, you heard that right. The guy who retired in 2023 might get back in a race car. He's 50 years old now. He works for Fox Sports. He has a podcast. Life after racing looked pretty good. Then Tony Stewart announced he's racing at Daytona. Jimmy Johnson keeps coming back for races. Carl Edwards almost came back last year. Dale Jr. still races sometimes. Kevin saw all this, and something clicked. On that same podcast episode, he started joking around with his co-hosts, Caitlin Vinci and Mamba Smith. They were talking about NASCAR bringing back the old chase format. Someone said, "What's old is new again." Kevin jumped in. "I might just make a comeback, why not?" His co-hosts laughed, but Kevin kept going. "Tony Stewart is going to drive the truck race at Daytona. I'm starting to get the bug again." The bug, that's what racers call it. That feeling when you want to drive fast again, when watching races on TV isn't enough anymore. Kevin said something else too. "The Cup is too much work. What could I do to just get in and drive?" Here's what that means. Cup Series racing is hard. You race almost every weekend. You travel constantly. You deal with sponsors and teams and media. It's a full-time job and then some. But the Truck Series, the Xfinity Series, late model racing, those are different. You can pick your races. You can have fun. You can scratch that racing itch without giving up your whole life. And guess what? Kevin already committed to one race. On May 30th, he's racing in the Wenatchee 200. It's a super late model race in Washington State. They're paying $25,000 to the winner. That's serious money for a short track race. Kevin said, "I'm looking forward to being part of this year's Wenatchee 200. It's a marquee event for our Cars Tour West Super Late models and will be my first time racing there." The track is super excited. Jeremy Anders runs the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. He said, "This is huge for our fans, our drivers, and our community. Having a driver of Kevin Harvick's caliber choose to race the Wenatchee 200 validates what we've been building here." So Kevin's definitely racing something. The question is, will he do more? Will he race in NASCAR again? Tony Stewart is 54. He's racing trucks at Daytona. Jimmy Johnson is 50. He races Cup cars a couple times every year. He's also racing trucks at Daytona this year. Dale Earnhardt Jr. retired in 2017. He kept racing Xfinity cars until 2024. Now he's racing late models. He never fully closed the door on NASCAR. Eric Almirola retired. Then he came back to race Xfinity. Now he's thinking about racing full-time again. See the pattern? These guys can't stay away. Racing gets in your blood. Once you've felt that speed, that competition, that checkered flag, nothing else quite measures up. Kevin Harvick was one of the best. He won the championship in 2014. He won races in 3 different decades. He knows how to win, and he's been racing late models the past couple years. He even raced against his son Keelan at Tucson Speedway. Kevin won that race. If Kevin does come back to NASCAR, where would he race? Probably not Cup. Like he said, that's too much work. But trucks? Xfinity? Those make sense. He has history with Richard Childress Racing. That's where he started his career. They run part-time Xfinity cars. That could work. Or maybe Nice Motorsports and Trucks. They have the number 4 available. That was Kevin's number for years. Imagine seeing that 4 car back on track with Harvick driving it. Here's something interesting. Kevin and Tony Stewart were teammates at Stewart-Haas Racing. Tony owned the team. Kevin drove for him. Now Tony's coming back to race. That's got to make Kevin think about it even more. But let's talk about something else that happened. Drivers are moving around. Retired guys are coming back. New guys are getting chances. That's NASCAR right now. Everything's changing but staying the same. They brought back the chase format for the championship. That's how they did it years ago. Kevin won his championship under the chase format. Now it's back. Kevin said it himself. What's old is new again. And maybe that includes Kevin Harvick racing again. Think about May 30th at Wenatchee. Kevin will be in a late model. Fans will get to see him race in person. Some lucky people can buy special VIP packages. They get to meet Kevin before the race. They get food and drinks. They get special gifts. Those packages will sell out fast. But here's what everyone's really wondering. If Kevin races at Wenatchee and he loves it, will that push him to do more? Will he race at Daytona? Will he run a few truck races? Will he commit to a part-time Xfinity schedule? Nobody knows yet. Not even Kevin, probably. He's testing the waters. He's seeing how it feels. He's got that bug, but he's being smart about it. Meanwhile, Denny Hamlin is preparing for a full Cup season. He's dealing with grief. He's taking care of his mom. He's keeping his promise to Joe Gibbs. He's racing because that's what his dad would want. 2 stories, 2 drivers, both connected by the same truth. Racing never really lets you go. Kevin Harvick saw that truth in Denny's situation. He spoke it out loud. Denny's dad wouldn't want him to quit. He'd want him to race. He'd want him to win. He'd want him to honor their shared legacy by doing what he does best. That same truth applies to Kevin too. That's why he's getting the bug again. That's why he's racing at Wenatchee. That's why he can't completely rule out a NASCAR return. The season starts in 2 weeks. Denny will be in that number 11 Toyota. Kevin will be in the broadcast booth. Tony and Jimmy will be racing trucks. And somewhere down the road, maybe we'll see Kevin Harvick back in a NASCAR race car. Not because he has to, not because he needs the money, but because once you're a racer, you're always a racer.